So just minutes ago, I just received a an email from the University of Toronto, and every once in a while they'll send me some email regarding entrepreneurship, something about the Rotman School of Business or Business School, and some speaker series or seminar or something that they're hosting. Well, this Monday there's gonna be a speaker. I can't even remember the name of the individual, but I think it's Michael something. But anyways, um, let me just backtrack here. So, um, while I was in school in my post grad doing entrepreneurship, I was coming up with some bunch of ideas that I wanted to explore for my assignment, my project, or my startup, what have you. And I came up with a few ideas. Um, One of them was an app that I wanted to develop, and I'll disclose this now because I decided not to go with it because at the time, trying to come up with an idea and trying to develop an app when you don't have the experience, it's going to require a lot of time and it'll be too complex for me to do. So I had it in my mind that I would start it maybe after I graduate. So the app is, I'll send you the link actually. Maybe I don't know how it's going to work. Maybe I could just post it or something with this video coinciding what I'm saying right now. So, um, so what it is, it's called Cookin, COOKIN.com or .ca. Again, I'll shoot that link. And what it is it's a platform that allows um, cooks, chefs, and even people at home to cook meals for the general public, for the local market. And this is something that I wanted to create. I thought it was a good idea because where I got this idea was from. I noticed that my ex and her friends they would prepare food for friends, family friends, for some gathering, what have you, and people would actually order food for for a dinner party or some sort. And one of her friends would cook up maybe about 20 trays of food. And I thought, you know what, there's a lot of people with the skill set to cook and cook fairly well. And some of them don't have the time or the resources to start a business, start a restaurant. And I don't advocate for people to just start a restaurant because you love cooking. It really boils down to what the market is able to absorb. It has to be justified. And setting up a restaurant, putting all your life savings into something that you would hope would be effective or would succeed. Restaurants have a high degree of failure rate, as you can imagine. So, just because of the competition um, and the market dynamics, right? So, anyway, so I thought there are a lot of people with the skill set to produce really great food. It's unfortunate that they're not being their products are not going to market to provide for consumers. And as an entrepreneur, you want to be able to make sure that the market is well taken care of. Vis-a-vis some new product that solves a problem, right? Um, and there's many different reasons why businesses exist, but solving a problem is one of the key factors. But for food, it's like offering something unique to the market, and everybody has their own recipes, and by providing more options, it's better for consumers. But sometimes it doesn't always transcend to as a profitable operation. So, um, anyways, I'm gonna shoot that link, and one thing I think this will work is because a lot of people are going to be a lot of people don't find corporate world that interesting anymore. Especially when we have all these like technologies and platforms that allow people to do their side gigs. There's a bunch of them like TaskRabbit, Fiverr. I don't know. There's so many of them, but um, and it's a good way of just maybe even offsetting some of your expenses or incurring some additional side income. That I would advocate. If you have the skill set, you have the time, why not, right? Give it a shot, and you'll find a sense of enjoyment and pride when you have something that you can call your own, right? Um, so, and one of the reasons why I wanted to go with this is that it was just an inevitability that a platform like that would occur, and then we've seen it with Airbnb, we've seen it with um, Uber, um, what else? Skip Dish, etc., etc. So it's all part of that sharing economy, and I think we're going into more not just the rental of physical space or a physical car, what have you, but actually a more service oriented, as a professor would call selling the intangible over the virtual, or the web. So when you're coming up with some ideas, a really good book is Peter Drucker obviously is good, and Joseph Schumpeter. These two set they set the line. They drew the line as to what an entrepreneur is, and it really is just, as Joseph Schumpeter will say, it's the recombination of ideas, to come up with something new and innovative. It doesn't have to be an invention per se. It just has to be it just has to have a new twist. In other words, a good book that actually hits that home or hits it home is Steve Johnson. Um, I've only read like I don't know 30 pages of it, but so far it's good. It pretty much says that innovation is just slight changes, slight improvements on something, and then getting it out to market. Um, but, anyways, that was a. What I wanted to say is that innovation and the amount of information that's transferring from one person to the next is really fast, and I was really surprised that someone's already come up with it. And as a matter of fact, the person who came up with Cookin.com is actually an alumni at U of T. So I wouldn't mind going up and meeting the person just so we can touch base on it, because it's cool that I had the same idea. Of course, this guy probably has the skill set to develop the actual platform, and it would be nice to touch base with him. So maybe I might attend to that. I will be also attending the Entrepreneurship Week at the University of Toronto, which they hold every year for students, alumni, the investment class, and local businesses, entrepreneurs. So yeah, that's I believe in March or something like that. So it goes on for 1 week. They talk about all the innovations that's occurring at the University of Toronto, and then should you be interested in maybe even getting some sort of like not a lease agreement. What do you call this? Um, like the rights to get the rights of whatever invention or innovation that U of T holds. You can borrow that license, or getting a license, sorry, to actually produce the products. I don't know how that whole thing works, but there's a wealth of like potential opportunities that's in these research universities like Harvard, MIT, Stanford, U of T and all that. They produce an incredible amount of innovation that you can actually approach their office that is actually designated for intellectual property rights. If you have the right crew to get something like that going, I mean, you're gonna definitely need some sort of startup capital or connections within that industry to be able to assess whether it's profitable in the long run. But anyways, just a thought. All right, have a good weekend, guys.